you're going to see me probably like just breathe heavy, but you will see me start to write things down or scribble or doodle, and then I'll look at you and I'll start speaking.
Okay, sure.
You have a really strong aura with a deep sense of pain. I was actually taking it down to like my ovary area, and I was sensing like issues going on and like signals not firing and wiring right. Does that make sense to you? Having like uterus or womb issues and ovaries and female issues going on?
Not that I know of.
Or would that be, because let me just keep going, and so, because usually they start off and I'm like, is this my person, what's going on? So seeing like issues going on in here, I started to see like hospital like beeps and kept going like boop, 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 and I kept seeing like the heartbeat monitor just kind of going and then it'd flatline and then it'd go and then it'd flatline and go and then it'd flatline, and I felt like I was in your pain. I felt like I was in your emotions. So this could be a death of somebody that you experienced. It was very, very close. So, but I'm like in your pain, so I'm seeing it through your eyes and your lens, so I do have to feel from your body, how it reacted to your body, because physical wounds end up, like, we usually end up getting affected with the deepest wounds that cause us the most pain and suffering in this life, and so that's a whole other topic. Let me keep going on this one. So going in with this energy and this spirit, it's almost like I felt like really, it's almost like I feel such a pure soul with this person, pure heart, pure kindness, pure intention. But then I see a really hard and painful, long, drug out death. And that's what is so painful about it, is because it's almost like watching this person wither away just really just strikes a nerve, because it's almost like then I start feeling like this person, and this could be fear, just fear that this person didn't get the care, like the proper care that they needed, and then feeling guilt for that. How do you understand this? Where is this person coming in? Maternal figure?
Yes.
Okay, because that's what I thought, because I keep hearing like motherly energy, and I keep seeing this as motherly energy, but is there more than one?
Yes.
That died very similarly?
Well,
because they both feel terminal.
Yeah, my mother had uterine cancer.
Yeah, okay, so and this is mom. Well, this is a deep wound for you, like deep wound. And it's almost like it's impacting your health. It's, fear, stress, frustration, because this feels raw. It feels like within the last couple of years, raw. This is a fresh wound for you. And so she's coming through as this light and this love and saying, I'm fine, I'm healed, I'm whole. This pain that you're holding on to, she said, that's your pain. She says, you don't have to martyr your own self for me. Because she says, I want you to understand that I'm alive, I'm well, and I'm free. I'm no longer suffering. And that's what you're having a hard time realizing and recognizing because of the last moments of, did I do enough? Was I enough? Like, you were more than enough. She's like, you went above and beyond to help her out. But is there resistance between siblings? Is this a sister that you have?
I have 2 brothers and a sister. Actually, I have 2 sisters, but same mom, only 2 brothers.
The sister is not your mother's.
Oh yes, I do have a sister from her. Yeah.
Okay, from her.
Yes.
But the boys are not your mom's.
Yeah, they are. Sorry. So my sister was firstborn from my mother.
What I'm saying is like sister being like pushed away, or is she being more like upset? Like
she
I feel that there's a distance, and then it's like I don't know if the brothers are upset with her or what the tension, but I don't feel it's between you. I feel like it's between her and the brothers.
Well, she's not been. When she was 6 years old, my mother sent her to live with her dad, and we've never had any contact since then.
Mom is saying like she's just as much her child as everybody else. No.
And I reached out to her when my mom was passing, and she didn't acknowledge it. She's
happy, that you did, but you have to understand she's just as much her child as anybody else. But you have to understand here that sometimes, people don't see the person that you saw. Does that make sense? People are so scared of themselves, so scared of life, so scared of God, so scared of death, so scared of just about everything, right? Would you think that it's an internal feeling?
Yeah.
Because it's felt within yourself. And so your mom is wanting me to explain to you, she says, look at it this way. She didn't have the mother that you knew. She had a different mother than you. And that was her reality. That was her entire life. That was her existence. That she was never able to fulfill what this person had, and this person had a lot of pain from her. This person knew a different version of your mother. Why? Because she was born in a different lifetime. One that was more chaotic, wasn't steady. And so she did the best with what she knew how at the time. But not everybody's going to see that like you do. Not everybody's going to experience the love that she had for you, and she had love for your sister. But there may have been times where it seemed like she favored her too. I don't know. But that's just the emotion that I'm feeling. But it was never consistent in her life like it was yours. And so that inconsistency is what caused a lot of soul fractures. And so your mom's not angry. She's not upset. She wouldn't even be upset if all she cared about was her will and said, screw off, I don't want anything to do with you guys either. Don't take that personal. It's just a boundary it's something that brought her pain. And the more people we have returning to their pain and suffering, the more people we have living, not being happy. And sometimes we have to learn when to walk away from situations, when to let things go, so that we can step up and be what we are called to be as beings, fulfilling our purpose. Because all of this other stuff that's outside of us is distractions. And your mom just wants everybody to be at peace, just as much as she is. She's happy. I smell like honeysuckle and flowers all around her. I hear her like humming and just happy energy. Dancing. Her legs work again. She's happy. She's telling me she had to sit for a long time. Keep feeling like, not that I was permanently bound to the chair, but she's telling me like, she's showing me that she had to spend most of her time not being able to do what she would like to do.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's happy, healthy, go lucky, spinning around, being this eternal bundle of light and joy. See lavender around her too, she reminds me of Easter, like all those very light Easter colors, like spring, rain. That's what she reminds me of. Not like thunderstorms, but just very light rain that makes everything, more crisp, green. She reminds me of like a drop of dew on like a plant. She connects to nature, gardens. A lot. Her soul's beautiful. But she wants you to find your beauty within. She said that's all about what this life is. That's all this life is about, is finding that life within. And then projecting it out into this world. Because we're supposed to let that light into our hearts so we can shine it.
Mm-hmm.
And we do so by, learning that we have a soul that needs to be acknowledged. You may have days where you're folding clothes and you get a whiff of your mom and your soul just feels an urging ache to cry and let it out. Listen. It's your mother, coming to you when you're feeling sad, allowing you to release those emotions, but you're not listening to them. She keeps telling me that you keep holding back, which is causing you to be over emotional. Because it's like you're holding back until it's like a dam full of water and it just breaks and it just floods everything. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
She says, let it out in little increments at a time. Let it flow. Honor yourself. And if you feel like, crying is going to upset somebody, maybe that's your body's way of saying, I need to deal with this myself and I need to walk into my room and go honor and release my emotions and then clear myself up and then come back. Meditate, cleanse my space, smudge myself. These are all acts of self-love through a grief process.
The other, when my mom passed, I was really close to my mom. Well,
Yeah.
I was close to her, but I was even closer to my grandmother. My grandmother raised me from the time I was 12 on. And she passed in 2016, so I was really hoping,
And this could also be your grandmother. This is going to be the one that you feel closest to as a mother.
And with her, she I had to watch her pass with hospice, and it was, probably, she had a catastrophic stroke just all of a sudden, and I had to watch her pass. It was probably over a 10-day period of her in a coma, and so it was really, that was really hardest on me. My mom, she was in the hospital for maybe about a month before she passed.
I could be getting both of the souls, especially from the same lineage, same bloodline. That's so close. Like, just because you guys have such strong generational bonds and connections through one another, like, I would say I'm absolutely piggybacking those messages.
That's why when you said that, I thought, oh, it could apply to, either.
Yeah, and that's their way of coming in and saying, we're both here, like, we are both with you. Our souls are together. We are like one again. We are, a part of the collective just as much as we are a part of you. All of your memories and everything, when they come around you and you feel them, allow yourself to feel and sense. Allow yourself to honor who you are, and your loved ones are saying, this is for you. This is all for you. Their voices come in when you need guided the most. You hear them. You hear them talk to you. You're not crazy. You're hearing them. Listen to your heart. That's how you begin to understand, and you begin to listen more clearly the more love you build for yourself. And so you go through a lot of energetic cleansing and clearing, and so doing this self-care is so important to keeping your connection to your soul, mind, body, soul. You got to take care of it all. You got to give your body what it needs, your mind and so forth, your emotions, your spirit. Like I smudged before because I could feel, I was like, man, some heavy energy coming, and I don't know what it is, new death, whatever. So I did a dance around this room, shaman dance, and everything works out. There's nothing to fear. And all of that pain is just so much love not finding its place to go. So all that love is being sent back to you. And sometimes it's overwhelming. Because all the love that you had for them, every good moment, that's where they're remembering. They're not remembering the hard parts of life. They're remembering the beauty. So don't hold on and carry the hard parts for them. Let that go. And letting go is not separating you from them. Letting go is letting go of the pain associated. And having the ability to move on and honor yourself through this process of life. And honoring your own gifts of knowing when they're there. You are your guru, way better than anybody else. And you know your life, and you know your experiences, and you know your lineage. Trust it. I thought I was crazy for a long time. I wish I had somebody to tell me that it was your papa you're talking to, because I was like, hey, is that you? Can you send me a double sign? And then I'd get one and I'd be like, there's no way. I'm crazy. And it would be for other people, their loved ones. And I was like, I'm definitely crazy. Who thinks of this stuff? But it's all a beauty. It's all a part of life. Just learn to embrace and find joy and be the happiest version of you, because that's how you reward your loved ones in heaven, is by living your life and living it as well as you possibly can. Picking up the next step and walking forward with honor and grace. Just like your grandmother did. She's a strong woman. Probably the most honorable thing anybody could do. Very great. Very great energy. Stop feeling like you have to please everybody. See this little energy and it just keeps sinking down. And it's red and orange, that's your root chakra. Feeling like you have to water everybody else's trees, but not watering your own. You will always find yourself in unhappy situations when you feel like you have to be needed in that situation. And the more you need to feel needed, the more dependent you make other people on you, and you try to be perfect and you try to do everything yourself. You're not meant to do everything yourself. You're meant to have help. You're meant to be imperfect too. Because as I channel their energy, they're showing me, they're like, and we weren't perfect, you know. I know that you view them that way, because they're saying that you put them on a pedestal. But they said there were times where we had to be imperfect too. And that's when you find true happiness, is she's saying, is whenever you have that ability to love yourself so wholly, so authentically, so kindly, even for your things you've done in the past, present, future, that maybe you thought, oh, okay, I shouldn't have done that bad idea, but too late, you can't take it back. All you can do is learn and grow from it, heal, experience, and then work on doing better the next time. But it's not about being the best. It's just about learning love in all times and all places, even in the moments that we feel that we don't deserve it. They're very wise women, beautiful souls. Like, you've got like stars like in your aura, like not like stars like drawings of a star that like flash, like they look like stars in the sky, very bright, and they're big orbs, white. And you got pink and purple around your aura. It's like a lavender pink. You got to start seeing that for yourself, though. Do some mirror work. Dance in the mirror. Feel yourself. Love yourself. Talk to yourself. Be kind. You need to learn how to communicate kindly about yourself. Because they're telling me that you do a lot of negative self-talk. Always saying that you can't do something. You can't do this. Or I'm not good enough. Or what if, what if, what if. Work on that. This is going right. This is working in my favor. Patience. It's a virtue. Do you connect to dragonflies?
Not that I can think of.
Pay attention for dragonflies.
Okay.
Do you not have children of your own?
I do.
Where's the male energy?
My son is currently living in Alabama with his dad.
I'm feeling sad. Dragonflies. That's in connection to him.
Sad for me or sad for him? Or maybe both.
Both of you miss each other. I'm seeing, is he a little bit older?
He turns 14 in a few days.
Yeah.
And his dad's just recently gotten himself in order that he's able to be a dad to the kids.
Well, you don't have to explain that. Just understand that when you see dragonflies, take that as a sign of, oh, maybe I need to call him. Maybe you need to check on him.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let him be out of sight, out of mind.
Okay.
That's what's the issue is. And then you start feeling bad and guilty. But don't feel guilty. Just say, oh, okay, I'm just going to call,
Mm-hmm.
Or send a text. Say, how are you right then in that moment so you don't forget. Just to keep it. And maybe you're overdoing it too. So maybe there's overcompensating. So there's just a little fragment in the algorithm there, and it's not as big of an issue as you're thinking.
Well, he's went for Christmas break and he wanted to stay down there and do distance learning, and so I wrote my ex a note that he can keep him through July, and then potentially him, I'm worried he's going to make a decision to want to stay down there with his father.
That's his choice, is what I'm getting from Spirit. Because you gotta understand is it gives them more growth to be in an environment where they feel happy and that they are learning, but also responsible environment too. Balance is key in these situations. So patience, balance, trusting in the divine, allowing the universe to guide him, knowing that he is being divinely guided just as much as you are. But it's his choice, he's got free will. So that'll take stress off of you if you allow that to.
Okay.
But I don't get anything negative. Just more like he's got air to breathe right now is the way he feels.
Okay.
But other than that, just work on loving yourself, becoming more secure within yourself, and knowing that your loved ones are at peace and that they are wishing you well in life and they want you happy, healthy, and healing. So with that, I am being told to close off my connection to Spirit by my own guides. But they want to say thank you, and I want to say thank you for coming and booking with me, and I appreciate you so much. I hope you enjoyed it.
Well, thank you.
I hope you did. So thank you so much. I could have walked you down.
Yeah.